episode with guest top talker Megan Oliver, who broke down Spirit Week and other news. Coming up, for episode 2, we discuss the top 3 political news stories of the week with guest top talker Allison Melman. For Pop Talk, Lauren discusses what it's like being a military child with 3 guest talkers, Leah Meeks, Carly Hood, and Jared Wilson. For Sports Talk, Connor breaks down Carthage's sectional hopes and Syracuse basketball's latest commit. Now let's start talking.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 2 of CometTalk. I'm Leland O'Brien.
I'm Lauren Meyer.
And we are really excited for our second episode. And we really appreciated all of your feedback and all of our loyal viewership so far for all of the one episode. But we really appreciated all of your feedback, positive and negative. We're very excited for the rest of the year, and we're very excited to get better and have more high quality episodes. So our top talker today
I'm sorry.
is Allison Melman, right?
That ain't it, Chief.
Okay, so Allison works at Panda Express. She is a senior, and she works on the step team. What's your favorite, or she steps through the step team, works for Panda Express. What's your favorite part about Panda Express?
It's really just, I really like the people. I work with a lot of people. Sorry, I love this. I work with a lot of great people.
Are
Good vibes.
Are people mean?
No.
Okay, we're gonna jump right into politics off of that note. So we're gonna break it down just like we do in our class in terms of national, state, and local news. Our first national story is the First Lady, Melania Trump, had an interview over the weekend, and she called herself one of the most bullied people in the world. She said she receives a lot of criticism, and kind of in tandem with that is the fact that her Be Best campaign, her Be Best initiative, is tackling cyberbullying. So my question for the panel today is, do you think that it's appropriate, or should she be held accountable for everything that her husband does and receive all that criticism when really she's just trying to kind of make our world a better place?
I feel like no, because she's her own person, he's his own person. Everybody makes their own decisions.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it because you're in that position where your spouse is high. You're both at high ranks.
Yeah, a lot of people saying that it's ironic, hypocritical that he can be on Twitter, kind of cyberbullying. They say, he's
not
calling
being
people.
diplomatic.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, but I mean, they're two different identities.
Two different people.
People can make up their own opinions on what he does do on Twitter. Yeah.
Overall,
I
they're
feel
two separate people.
Yeah.
She
I feel like it's a good way to put it. And I feel bad for her because I don't want anyone to say that they feel like that they're the worst, or the most bullied. Yeah. Pretty unfair. Okay, so our state story is New York City is doing a big cleanup with their subway. It's a big complaint. It's a hot topic in terms of the political campaign for 2018. A lot of politicians in New York City and outside of New York City, especially those running for governor, saying that the subway needs to be cleaned up. So in response to that, they have cleaned up 285 miles of subway track, picking up trash, and they fixed some signals and doorways. So my question for you guys is, so they're hoping that this small change would bring big change to the city. So what do you think is a small change that can happen around here that will make a big change to our school, to the surrounding area? I had a thought. We were driving on Cole Road this morning. Cole Road.
No, all roads.
Yeah. All roads. Well,
Mark Street.
Yeah. They started with soap dispensers. What do you think about that? I think that's a start, I guess.
It's a start. The soap smells good, so
It smells good, but was it really a necessity?
I feel like it's a start though. I feel like it's just eventually they'll come all together.
Yeah.
Eventually look nice, because I feel like you just can't change everything right away. Because because it's like too much change. Some people like freak out about too much change.
Yeah. What about, I don't know, AC? Or heat or cooling?
Upstairs, yeah.
Yeah, upstairs hot. Okay. Last
Upstairs
one.
hot.
Upstairs is hot. Okay, our local story is, this one is very interesting. A bus driver for the Watertown High School, or their company that they go through, his first student. He was fired after screaming at kids, telling them to shut up, telling them that they were animals, and he got very frustrated, and it was covered by 7 News. And they got a lot of feedback on their Facebook page of a lot of them siding with the bus driver, saying that the kids are just bratty kids, and they should have been told that. But then obviously he was fired.
How old were these kids?
I think they were around middle school.
Oh, then yeah, they probably deserved it because I've been on a middle school bus, like the big block buses, and they're literally like playing inappropriate songs that I won't even play because, you know, I'm not trying to do that out in public. And then they start singing it and
Yeah.
talking about doing drugs. I'm like,
Do you think that's like a fireable offense? Should I mean, it was
I mean,
very angry. So that's
I've
my
been
question
told in
for you
middle
guys.
school that me and my sisters and like everyone, my friends, and us should stop being loud because we're gonna cause our bus to get into an accident. So nothing came of that. So I don't really see.
What do you think, Allison?
Should he have gotten fired for it? No. I think that they're just being really sensitive. And could he have said it nicer? Sure, but like out of frustration.
I feel like
Yeah.
everybody says sometimes like really rude out of frustration.
Yeah, I agree. All right, that's a wrap for political talk with me, and then we're gonna be back with Lauren's segment.
That's the tea, sis.
Okay guys, so right now we're gonna be doing my segment, which is pop culture kind of, and we're talking to military kids about like their experiences. So I have Jared,
I play football.
Carly, and Leah. So the first question I'm gonna ask is like, where's your favorite place you lived and then why? So whoever wants to answer first can answer.
My favorite place I lived was Germany because it's safe and fun.
So Europe?
My favorite place is Hawaii because like it's unique and it's just like an island.
It's just an island. Why that?
My favorite place and only place I've lived is New York, so there you go.
I'm sorry. Okay, my favorite place I lived is DC because you actually have stuff to do on the weekends, unlike here because like I'm not allowed to leave my street here because my dad thinks it's unsafe. So, T. How do you guys feel about the term like military brat? Like some people say it has like a negative connotation with it, with the term brat in it. Like I don't really see it. I don't really care.
I don't really
Yeah,
care.
same.
Like
I don't care. To be honest.
It's not offensive.
I don't
and
mind
that's
it.
the tea. I've never been called that, so.
like I have, but like I don't actually see like the big deal with it. Like
Yeah.
True.
I just
Okay.
got called a military kid.
what's the hardest part about being a military kid? Like
Moving.
Yeah.
But you just gotta like go like to like a different part of America and find new friends and that's
I like
fun.
moving. The one thing I hate is probably like the funerals, because the last place I lived, I had to go to like 2 funerals at Arlington, and like so many other ones just because of like people like my friends knew or like neighbors dying. So that's probably the hardest part, I think. Besides deployments, because deployments, everybody knows deployments are hard. And they're pretty obvious. Like
I mean,
kids.
leaving your friends is pretty hard too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially when you're
sucks.
younger, because you don't have like I didn't have social media, so I couldn't talk
Yeah.
to my older friends.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
was like, bye, hope you have a good life. Maybe I'll
Never see you again, but it's okay.
Maybe. So going off of like the hardest part, what do you guys think is the best part?
I mean, like
Moving.
military discount. The best
Oh,
part
yeah,
is
true.
the worst part.
But every time I go to the shop, I always get that discount, so
Oh,
it's
you
good.
have like a 10%.
No
I hate
taxes,
asking
no
for it, though.
taxes. No taxes.
I feel bad 'cause I'm like not to leave the military, just as dependent, but like here's my card.
I like going around the world too, that's lit.
Yeah.
Like what?
Going around the world.
Oh,
moving.
I've only been in America. So.
You get like
Oh.
so many opportunities to go so many different places.
Yeah.
You never had those opportunities.
Well,
You
for
know.
me, since I've never had that opportunity, I listen to my dad. And
Me
he
too.
tells me stories. Like,
I think
weird.
I think the best part for me is like when my dad, like it's kind of stupid, but when my dad goes to the countries and brings me back stuff. So stuff from like Iraq, Afghanistan, Russia, and like other countries we've been to, I think.
And I mean, like meeting different kinds of people is like,
Yeah.
cool too, because you can meet like, or like people you don't want to be around and people you want to be around.
Yeah. So like being a military kid, like have you guys learned anything like personally, I've learned like better people skills, so I'm like not really a shy person. Like I know how to put myself out there and be like, hey, like my name's Lauren, like my favorite color is this.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Obviously, like people skills, but you learn how like people in different areas of like the country or like the world like act or like have what stance they take against like different issues and stuff.
Yeah. Can you answer, Jared?
I don't know.
You didn't learn anything?
No.
Okay.
Okay, that's the tea.
I love that. Okay, we're done.
Okay, so now Connor's gonna go through national news.
I'm just doing college sports this week, and I'm sorry if you're upset by that, you know. I apologize, but there's a lot of cool college sports stories out there this week. So we're gonna start off with college football. This past week, 4 teams in the top 10 lost, and 7 in the top 25 lost. This is huge just for college football playoffs. Basically, if you lose like 2 games, you're probably gonna be out. It's hard to lose this late in the season and come back. So that's gonna be wicked tough for teams, but you know, we'll see how it all plays out in the end. And then in college basketball, there's this player at Texas named Andrew Jones, and he was battling leukemia actually, and he won, and now he's back with the team, which is a really cool story. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. But unfortunately, he suffered a fractured toe, and there's no timetable for his return. Hopefully he'll be back by the start of the season, but we don't really know. So
Football player or basketball?
basketball player.
Okay.
So this is college basketball.
Yeah, so we kind of need that down.
And then also, if you guys followed Loyola Chicago in their magical run over the tournament last year, they had this Catholic nun, Sister Jean, they called her, and she was a huge fan, and she's a Loyola Chicago chaplain, and she was just awarded the Illinois 2018 Senior Hall of Fame Award.
Oh,
So that's a great
Sister
story too.
Jean.
Yeah. And really, really huge news. It's gonna transform college basketball for sure. JG3,
Oh my
Joe
God.
Girard III,
Okay, I'm gonna
commits to Syracuse.
Oh my God. Okay.
Huge deal.
Okay. Joe Girard III is my uncle's cousin, so you can do the whole work on that. I'm related to him.
Cool.
I want to know what Joe Girard III. What does that mean for Q's? I mean, and what were you before Joe Girard III? Joe Girard III from Glens Falls, New York, averaged 50 points a game. I'm related to him. No big deal. What do you think?
Wow, that's
what
such a
do you-
slight brag.
What do you? How is it gonna affect Q's?
It's gonna affect him big time. He's definitely an elite scorer. He's a shooter that they need. Like Lewin said, he averaged 50 points per game this last season. That's a huge deal. And he broke the New York State scoring record as a junior, which is like really big time because, you know, it's a New York State scoring record. And a little trivia here, who was the last player that held the New York State scoring record?
Not getting this fun, to watch sports.
Tyler Ennis.
No.
Did Jimmer Fredette?
No, Lance Stevenson. He had the New York State scoring record.
How many years ago?
It was a while ago. He's in the NBA now. Plays for the Lakers this
I
season.
said Tyler Ennis.
No, high school. He was from Canada. And also, some inside information. There's this player that Joe Girard played with over the summer, Isaiah Stewart. He's a 5-star recruit, and they're very close with each other. And he was actually visiting Syracuse, had an official visit when Joe Girard committed. So possibly he will commit to Q's too. They know each other very well. They played together before, and that could be big for Q's for the future.
Yeah, big that he chose Syracuse. There were a lot of other schools that gave him offers.
Yeah, he had some very top schools that were thinking about him.
Duke.
And
Wow.
Coach K went to his house, unfortunately. Wanted to stay home, go to the better university, you know. So
It is
we
what
got
it
it
is.
done.
All right, that wraps up our second episode of Comet Talk. Please let us know what you think on our comments down below. We really appreciate your viewership, and we'll see you next time for episode 3.